Hi.
Hello.
Hello. There you go.
There you go.
Everything's good. Yes, we've got sound, we have video. And I love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
I know I said that during our artist meeting, but I still love it. It's such pretty hair. Yeah. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about your work. So you have very sort of spiritual based symbolic artwork that you're doing. Can you kind of give us like a little summary of like sort of how you started getting into that sort of genre of spiritual work?
So, I guess in general, I don't want to say I'm a very dramatic person, but I do enhance things. I mean, look at my hair.
Yes, it's pink.
So I think my art is a great example of my enhancement of my perception of life. And I think, it's so funny because looking back now, like thinking about it, like my art is very dramatic, and it just reminds me of Frida Kahlo. And I remember the Frida Kahlo is a Mexican artist, and I'm a Mexican artist, and I remember being like compared to her a lot, and I really do enjoy her story, although it's very sad. But I think I really do resonate to the enhancement and the richness and the symbolism that I guess my culture has had, and I really do resonate with that storytelling, which art is in that form, So, and I feel like my culture tends to enhance things very richly. So I think it comes from my background, and it just comes from my perception of what I wish to say, what I wish to project or to share with the viewer. And in general, it's just something that I enjoy. And it's generally, I think my paintings do have to do with something that I'm going through. It is very personal, but at the same time, I think it's something that I think we can all resonate to, because, we're all in this, and I think we can really receive a lot. There's something that I love that viewers of my art, and I'm pretty sure a lot of artists get this, where the viewer actually gets their own perception, their own message within their own.
That's definitely something I've talked with artists about.
So I feel like, wow, like I didn't think of that, and I didn't really necessarily choose that, but I do love that it resonates to that viewer in that specific way. So,
yes, exactly. So they can have like their own perspective on what they're seeing without necessarily the context of how you interpret the symbolism or the imagery that is in your paintings.
Exactly.
Definitely. Well, should we go ahead and start showing us some of your work? Yeah. Okay. Let me do the screen share thing. And here, let's see. Watch me go hunting for it. Okay, here. I found it. Let's see the screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So that's how we know it worked. Okay, so what's the name of this piece?
So this is called Cacao Ceremony. And this painting is basically a tribute to my first cacao ceremony. And so this is why you see like the cacao fruit. And the beautiful thing about the cacao fruit is it's super colorful.
It's so pretty.
It's literally a rainbow fruit, and I didn't even put it together until like I created it. And
it totally is. That's exactly right.
And so this painting is basically depicting my first vision during a cacao ceremony. So the cacao, which I mentioned to you, the cacao energy has to do with grandmother energy. This is why when people are very sad or very like need some kind of support, like you go to chocolate, either chocolate ice cream, or you go for like hot chocolate. That's why like during the winter,
like the Mexican hot chocolate with the abuelita on it.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So it's a perfect example, and it's so funny how it's something so simple. We think like, why is it a grandmother? You know, why? We
Right.
don't even think about these things,
But
but
it's like the comforting, like
Mhm.
feeling of
But
being with your yes, that makes a lot of
yeah,
sense to me.
yeah. So during my ceremony, I was actually connecting to that grandmother energy, and she was holding me, and so during my vision, like I received this vision of a lava lamp. And you know, when a lava
Yeah.
lamp begins to, when as soon as you turn it on, it begins to slowly begin to like bloop out.
Yeah,
And
the bloops. Yeah.
yeah. So what she was reminding me is like, hey, when you disconnect yourself, you think you're neglecting or abandoning, different aspects of yourself or people or certain things, but in reality you're honestly connecting to source, you're connecting to yourself, you're connecting to and held to. You can't see it in this picture, but the water in the little bloop, surrounded by the little bloop, is actually gold. So that gold liquid is actually God. And when you choose to disconnect and connect to yourself and be led by yourself, you are actually connecting to God.
Mhm.
And you will encourage others, just like when it continues to heat up, others get inspired to
Mhm.
disconnect
To bloop
and
as
do their
well.
own thing. Yeah, to
Yes.
do their little
You too can bloop
you too can bloop.
with the power of
Better
chocolate.
now. Um,
It's a
but yeah,
gorgeous painting. I love the color palette on this piece.
thank you, thank you.
Yes. Let's move on to your next one so we don't run out of time.
Yes, yes.
Yes, tell us about this guy.
So this is called Fill Your Cup,
Mhm.
and it's supposed to have like a simple name, but it's a very dramatic painting, as you can see. So first of all, it's a glass, it's not even a cup.
Mhm.
So the glass symbolizes yourself, ourselves, and it basically shows how we're not so basic. Not like everybody is magical, everybody is um super divine and sacred. And the reason why I chose a chalice is because, chalices are used in ritual and in religious
Ceremonies?
ceremonies. Awesome, thank
Yeah,
you.
I got you
And
words.
and I think we're all very sacred, and I think it's important to recognize that. So
Yeah.
the chalice is considered to be the viewer,
Mhm.
and what's inside the chalice is a double terminated quartz. So it's a quartz crystal that has 2 points, and that crystal has to do with activation, not only activation to activate yourself and to awaken, to feel energized, to feel alive, but also transmutes energies to balance, not only to give, but receive. That's why that's there. And the reason why I added, I don't know if you can see, but I added little slivers, little cuts, pieces of orange,
Yes.
cucumber, and
Yes.
lemon. And the reason why I chose those fruits is because I think, when we drink lemon water, we purify ourselves,
Yes.
we hydrate, and we nourish ourselves. And I think it's important to do those things. And I also added a rosemary and a lavender to
Mhm.
also give flavor, but also the symbolism within lavender is to calm, to remember to be calm within ourselves. And the rosemary is basically to remember who we are.
Yeah.
And so the water pouring down is basically the universe, God, like everything, and ourselves, us giving to ourselves. So the reason why I poured it super, super like aggressive
Like
is
flowing,
because
and
yeah, there you
you
go. It's
described it as
super
dancing
like
in our artist interview, which I think is a beautiful like way of thinking about that. Yeah, the water appears to be moving.
Exactly. So it's supposed to be like kind of like a excitement. Like, yes, I'm gonna do
Yes.
this. Yes, I can do this for myself. It's an inspiration, and it gives so much more movement to the painting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the insects around it basically symbolize our connection to the earth and to the creatures, and a reminder that when we take care of ourselves, when we give to ourselves, we others benefit. Like, for instance, they're all waiting for us to like receive, that way they can receive too. They can benefit from us, and in such a beautiful way. And it's funny because some of the creatures are like looking at you like, when are you gonna do it? Are you gonna are you
Yeah,
gonna get
like I
this up?
like
'Cause I'm waiting.
this sassy little praying mantis down
Yeah.
here. Yeah. Or is that a grasshopper? I don't
No, it's the
I
same.
never know.
You're
Yes.
right.
Can we
So
look
yeah.
at the next piece?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's do that. So, okay, this is such a lovely piece.
Yes.
These are
This
the
is
chakras, right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
So this one's called activation.
Mhm.
And these are what you said, the chakras. So our body has main energy points, 7 main energy points that if we connect to them, we're basically more in alignment and in flow within ourselves.
Mhm.
And you know, it's funny because it comes in the form of the rainbow. So red, orange, yellow, green, you know, the that spectrum and prism.
Mhm.
And when you connect to these aspects of yourself, you're just more in alignment and more flow. So
Mhm.
this painting is basically showing how to do that. So,
Yeah.
so how I do it is I close my eyes and I breathe. It's so important. So by the way, let's all breathe right now, okay? Let's all take a moment and inhale and exhale. Because it's so important to just breathe. And that's like the most basic thing we can do, but we forget to do it. So start by breathing. And from there, just envision it's like bringing your inner child back and just imagine under your tailbone or under you, just rooting, like big, strong roots connecting to the earth
Oh yeah.
and connecting to Mother Earth, to our planet, to our home, all of our homes, which is so powerful. We need to remember it's all of our homes. And from there, we just simply connect back up. We turn on the energies, just like I said, with your imagination. So first starting with in the base of the tailbone with red, then going to the belly to orange, and then by the rib cage yellow, the heart green, the throat blue, the third eye, violet, and the top is indigo. And shooting up into the stars, into a specific star that you feel called to,
Yes.
and then let that star shower you right um, back into your chakras and bring all that energy back down into your body and down back to the earth to be able to receive that uh, energy and give it back to the earth. And when you do this, you begin to activate energies within yourself, even if you're just playing around or just like, oh, I'm just gonna, play around for today. If you just decide to do that, I feel like unknowingly, you're actually doing a lot for yourself, and not only for yourself, but those around you that you're going to interact with, they're going to feel good. Like, whoa, you feel so good. I feel so good looking at you or being with you, So you're giving
Absolutely.
out to another person and you're giving back to the earth, which is a sharing of your energy. And I think
Yeah.
it's important to do that during this time.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm noticing very consistent. You have beautiful bright colors in all of these pieces. Can we look at the piece that's behind you? I'm going to stop the screen share so we can talk a little bit about your process and like how you choose your color palettes.
Yes. So I really love to enhance colors because specifically I love connecting to children and my inner child. And I think that's a constant thing that I want to really have a relationship with in life. So I realized that if a child likes my painting, I've succeeded because they're the ones that know, they're the true critics that are like, they know art.
Yes.
Um,
Well, they
so
haven't had the their perspective shifted yet.
And they know what's up. They know what's
Yeah,
up.
they know what's up. I like
Um,
that. So what's the piece you're working on behind you?
so this piece is called the cave.
Mhm.
And it's funny because it doesn't look like a cave, but there's a parameter, like the exterior is a cave and the center is actually
So we're looking out of the cave. This is a piece that's in process too. If you guys didn't hear me say that. So and it's come a little farther since the last time I saw it. So you've been working on it.
Yeah, I'm like adding color in there. And I was kind of like, I need to get this going. But I think a reminder of like, hey, divine timing, don't force yourself because then it's gonna not look so great.
Right, and we want to see the process.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, but speaking of the process, let me show you. Actually, what I do is I sketch it out.
Oh yes,
I sketch
lovely.
it out, and then I add like I add the symbolism because I love adding like symbols. For instance, there's a divine feminine in the center, like people coming out of the cave or looking into the the scenery to be like to be curious. I think it's important to be curious and like especially if we've been used to a cave for a long time. I think seeing light is like either scary, super scary, but also curiosity comes in, which causes us to be lured.
Yeah.
So this is the general idea of what we'll be creating. It's so funny because my paintings, even though I make an idea, like for instance, I'm gonna show you the example of the fill your cup, fill your glass. So this is
so that's the sketch that you were working from.
Yeah. So this is like the general idea. And as you see, like it kind of does look like the painting, but I have like little details that I like change or shift.
Right. Things shift as you go through the process.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just my process.
That's
and
fantastic.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my paintings.
Yes, absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about what's in your shop right now?
Yeah, so right now I have paintings from the year, not the years from, but like the months that have passed. And I really enjoy having an inspiration of what's happening in the current moment. For instance, there are two paintings right now that for instance, one is the sun and another one is the moon. And they're activations from certain astrological events. So one was during the December sun eclipse, and the other one was made during the December also full moon. And during those times, I like to meditate, and then during those meditations, I get inspired to either receive visions or messages, and from there, I like to put them into my paintings. So there's two paintings right now that have to do with that specific energy. And if you were to see it, first of all, it's extra, so it's very vibrant. Second of all, there's actually, just like Anna shared about different languages and different forms of communication. I do heavily believe that art is a form of communication.
Oh yes,
but
definitely.
there's also symbols, and what is coming, it's beginning to be like a very common, it's beginning to come out into the light, which is called light language. Light language is a form of language that is understood with the heart, with the soul, and without fully understanding what it is, like you wouldn't be able to translate it into English, but if you were to see it with an open heart, you'd be able to receive and understand the message that's coming out from the image.
So it's more like visual communication than it is like verbal, or yeah.
So both of those paintings have light language.
So you've got two original pieces. In the shop.
Yeah, in my shop, I only have original pieces. Another example.
Oh, okay. So you've got entirely original pieces. Okay, cool. That's fantastic.
Another example is my grandmother's painting. I have a painting, not of her, but of the situation, not situation, but inspired by.
It symbolizes her and her.
By her crossing over and what I learned from it, and what beauty comes with such painful situations, you know? And I think that's one thing that I really love to give to the viewer is symbolism.
Yeah.
Symbolism and message, like deeper understanding and deeper messages or meanings to each piece. So there's a couple paintings, so go check them out.
Yeah, go check them out. Well, thank you so much. This
My
is so great. Yes.
Hey, thanks for watching. For more videos like this, go to the link here. And to support us, you can join the Patreon by going to the link below.